Pre-game 7-on-7 and O-line, D-line, pass rush. First half live games, second half competitions. All of that for South Carolina Gamecock spring game and more after the intro.
What a hit! Falls free on the ground. South Carolina deserves this for the home run. Hopkins has got it. Touchdown, Clemson. Guess which dogs are barking first? Uga, get after it.
Welcome back into the Fan Attic with Coach I, man. It's a sports channel by a sports fan for a sports fan. We cover all sports, but we mainly focus on Clemson, South Carolina, and Georgia because we're here in the little what I call the triangle. So, you know, I went to the University of Georgia, and I got a lot of friends as Clemson and South Carolina fans, some delusional and some not. Let me bring in one of the delusional fans. My good buddy, Jeff Gould, the stat guy. What's going on, Jeff?
Another day in paradise.
You know, you got the Gamecocks going 12-0, right?
No, I ain't. Between me and you, of course, nah. 8-4, man. 8-4.
8-4. Before we even talk about the schedule, man, y'all just had a spring game, man. Y'all had to reschedule some rain or something going on in Columbia. Y'all rescheduled for Sunday, but y'all still had a decent crowd out there.
Yeah, it wasn't too bad. Good little turnout.
Well, that's what's up, man. So, what you think? What's your thoughts coming out of the spring game, man?
You know, Dottie looked good. Showed that he could throw the thing a little bit. Honestly, the guy that impressed me most was E.J. Jenkins.
That's the dude.
6'8" wide.
That's the dude from what? St. Francis?
Yeah, from St. Francis. I mean, him and his quarterback, Jason Brown, looked nice too. But man, 6'8" in the back of the end zone. You know, that's a red zone nightmare, so we'll see.
Well, you know, I mean, y'all did lose a lot of defensive secondary back there, so that's why I tell people about spring game, man. Like, even when it comes to Georgia spring game, I'm not up too high, I'm not down too low, because if the offense do good, it's doing good against your defense. So is the offense good or is the defense bad, and vice versa for the defense and the offense? But he looked athletic, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he looked the part.
Yeah,
looks good getting off the bus.
Yeah, hey, he looked like an SEC player. What's funny is it's interesting that he went to St. Francis like right out the bat. Maybe not recruited enough because he didn't go to enough camps, or maybe he had them grades. Maybe he was playing around. Now he's serious about that thing. So, is there a quarterback controversy, or is Doty the starter?
Man, Doty's the starter. They announced it Monday, coming straight out of it. Beamer went ahead and shut that down.
Well, you know, I thought about that, and I actually was thinking about this today. It was a conversation we had last season while Ryan Hilinski wasn't getting playing time, because obviously Ryan Hilinski was the best passer on the roster, but y'all was starting to do the reject from the Mountain West. But anyway, you told me that Hilinski is the better passer, but he ain't mobile, and that y'all line really couldn't block for him, so that's why he really wasn't getting that burn. So what about the O-line? Is the O-line better, or are we going to have to see Doty running around here like Patrick Mahomes in the Super Bowl?
No, I mean, you know, we lost our best starter, but we returned a good bit. We should be better than last year. Obviously, we got a two-headed monster in the backfield. You run the ball, that takes a little bit off of that. And I think we're going to see a lot different play calling this year, a lot of quick outs, a lot of RPO. I mean, just easy stuff, not that five-step drop, any of that. So I think really the playbook should help protect your O-line anyway, to where they're not having to do too much complicated blocking anyway to help them out.
So I watched a little bit of the spring game. I didn't watch the 7-on-7. I didn't watch the competitions. I was watching the actual. Y'all played 2 quarters of live football. I did see somebody else did that in the spring game. It was somebody in the Big Ten. I forget who it was. It was 7-on-7, then some one-on-one drills or something like that. So I don't know if that's really a spring game or like a spring practice, I guess, just open to the public with cameras. But I was looking at some of what's the running back, the only scholarship running back y'all had healthy for the spring game. What was his name? White?
White. Q White.
Q White. Okay, yeah. He looked He looked athletic and had like a quick first step, whatever. But I can tell you what, I don't know what's going on with the D line.
And that's, I mean, the D line should be a strength for us this year. So that's scary because I mean, they're supposed to anchor the defense this year.
So did y'all have? Now I know y'all had like 20 people out. I mean, everybody has people out for spring break. So was some of those key people supposed to be on the defense? Because that might explain it.
No, I mean, you look, the two biggest stars of the defense played.
I was about to say, I know Jordan Burch played, but I'm not. He's a star by name, not by accomplishment.
But so Pickens from TL Hanna, this should be his year to come out, and then the guy that led the SEC in sacks last year played. So I mean, we our top two defensive linemen played. Obviously, there was some guys out. Maybe they weren't going full speed. I don't know. I mean, but you want to see them dominating, especially with the offense not being 100%.
I was about to say, because our D-line wasn't taking no prisoners on our offense. They was like, whatever, dog, get it together. We on camera.
Right. So, a different mentality.
Yeah.
You got to have some killer in you.
You right.
Man, when the lights come on, anybody can get it.
Y'all was having fun. I don't know what the number 11, what his name is, but he's wearing shades on the sideline. He made the cover for all like the YouTube videos or whatever for the spring game. I don't even know who that dude is. I mean,
that's a kid from Sumter, and so he's adopted. All of his adopted family went to South Carolina. He kind of got a preferred walk on late. So obviously going to Sumter, he's all about, I've always been a Gamecock.
So y'all put a blind side on us. Y'all adopted him, and then y'all subconsciously beat South Carolina into him.
We'll see. Hey man, he a good kid. So.
Hey, he was having fun, and sometimes all you can do is have some fun. At least he getting a shot to play with some Power 5 competition and players at South Carolina. Some people, they program guys, and that's all right. You need program guys, because if everybody's a superstar, then eventually you got a problem with a whole bunch of people transferring. So some people have to come in to be program guys. So with the spring game, spring finally done. We got to wait now till summer workout starts. So I mean, but people gonna be talking here and there. What's your thoughts on Shane Beamer? You on board with Beamer? Look at me.
Yeah,
look
man.
at me.
Beamer
look
ball.
at me giving y'all taglines. On board with Beamer.
Beamer ball, baby, Beamer ball. But the biggest thing with him, and why I'm riding with him right now, is the past players that were here during the glory years are speaking up for him. They're coming back to practices. I mean, you look at it, you need that. Obviously the culture was a big issue at South Carolina. We're getting a change of that right now. And so, hopefully we see it in the wins and losses, but if not, at least we're fixing that first, and then hopefully the wins and losses follow.
Well, the most impressive thing I think I heard Shane Beamer say since he's been the coach is at the Saturday, during the spring game, they was interviewing him. He was like, you got to make winning fun, or make it fun again to play ball here, because apparently.
Yeah, it was so dead. Just the mentality was the me mentality. You got to get back to that. It's a team, have fun, because winning's fun. Having the DJs of the world come back and speak to the team after practices, I think that's going to go a long way.
Well, I hope so, because, it's the honeymoon phase right now. Willie Taggart had them pumped up down in Tallahassee, too.
Hey, for an eight will change a man. So I ain't saying that there needs to be expectations, wins and losses this year. If we go below 500, I'm going to be disappointed, though.
But
100%.
If you go below 500, there's no cause for panic, though, right?
Right. No, you get 3 to 5 years. You have to give somebody 3 to 5 years.
Well,
so
with the way, listen, Dabo, Ryan Day, Kirby, And Nick Saban, they not make it easy on coaches out here where they keep, recruiting at the high
Yeah.
level, winning a lot of games. Even though Georgia ain't won no championship, you gotta think, man, Kirby came in.
You've been there.
Kirby came in first year, he was 8-5. Even though he took over, Mark had some recruits, so it's not like Shane Beamer took over. I'm pretty sure they don't have the same expectations as Georgia, but Kirby came in 8-5, and then next year he was in the championship, and then the next year he was in the SEC championship. You know what I'm saying? He's always in the talks. It's just, I think sometimes programs, fans, athletic departments, they start looking to the other side. You know what I'm saying? Like, well, why we can't do what they doing? Why we can't come in and be the one-hit wonder LSU? Why we can't, you know what I'm saying? Why we can't be that like that? Like, you know what I mean? So I think South Carolina fans should temper expectations the first 2 years.
Yeah, and long term, my expectation would be to be like a higher in Kentucky. So Kentucky, like we talk about, every 3 to 4 years, they're going to give you a 7 or 8 win team. I would love for every 3 to 4 years for us to be in the mix, us to be winning the SEC East, going to the SEC championship.
You mean competing for second in the SEC East, right?
No, competing for the SEC's championship. every 3 to 4 years. I ain't saying every year, but every 3 to 4 years, we have the team together and we make the run for it.
Okay. I mean, I ain't gonna say winning it, but in the mix at the preseason, I definitely think every 3 to 4 years at the preseason start, y'all should be in the talks about this could be the team to trip up Georgia. This could be the team to trip up Florida, because sometimes they're gonna pick Florida to win the East, even though like in the last 5 years they only won it once. But we'll talk about that at a later time. I don't like old Dan Mullen down there, so. But I think so too. Actually, I think y'all should expect a little bit more than Kentucky after Shane Beamer gets settled in, because Will Muschamp wasn't great at South Carolina, but Will Muschamp recruited pretty good.
Yeah, well, no, not to say like the Kentucky, but kind of that mentality of like every 3 to 4 years they're going to give you a team. Our team should be a lot better than that, though. They're expecting 8 wins every 3 to 4 years. I'm looking for 10 to 11. So
I got you. Yeah, because that's why I be feeling like Kentucky. Mark Stoops do what he's supposed to do. Mark Stoops keep, like you say, he keep a lot of his players. Not a lot of players transfer out. He don't get the high 4 stars, 5 stars. But when they seniors, that dude coach them up, and they be tough, man. They be tough. Yep. They be physical. And I was looking today, man. Y'all played Kentucky last year. Y'all lost to Kentucky, but Kevin Harris ran for like 210 yards on 21 carries.
Yeah,
I didn't see the game. I don't know what was going on, why y'all lost that game, but hopefully you
defense.
Oh, okay, so that's what I'm saying. So back to defense. Spring game. Did you watch the 7-on-7?
Nah, man. Once the scrimmaging was over, I was kind of done with it. I ain't even going front.
They couldn't even
look. I was at work. I turned the spring game on for work. Everybody was mad that I had that thing on at work, and then I was like, man, whatever. So once it got just to the scrimmage or the 7-on-7 and then the drills, the 1-on-1s, I was like, I'll catch some highlights of this later.
Oh, okay. All right. So give me one positive from the spring that you either heard or saw or what you think, and one negative, like something you might need to work on and something you think y'all gonna be ready for.
So the positive is that we came out and named a quarterback, shut that thing down. That way you don't, because man, a quarterback controversy through the summer, you need a leader. Whether it works or not, you need a leader. So the fact that we shut that down the day after the spring game, said, hey, this is our quarterback. Here's QB1. He's in control of the locker room. To me, that's the biggest positive. Man, the biggest negative, that D-line looked rough. And they're supposed to anchor our defense. So
yeah, because
we got to clean that up.
I mean, we both are in the same position with the whole inexperience in the secondary, but the difference is our front seven is going to put a lot of pressure on opposing teams. But I mean, you got the teams out there to get the ball out quick. But if your D line, I don't know. I'm trying to figure out. Like, you're right. I mean, you got Zach Pickens. He was 5-star player of the year in South Carolina. Jordan Burks was a 5-star number 1 player in South Carolina coming out the year after. It's like, they got to get it together.
Yep. So we'll see. I've always said this, man, a good D-line, they'll cover up any holes you got in the secondary.
That's you right.
Because anybody can guard somebody for 2 seconds, 3 seconds. It's when they got to defend for 7 seconds, 8 seconds because you're not getting no pressure. So if we can control the line of scrimmage on that side, man, we should be all right. It'll at least help anyway.
All right, yeah, that's true. Okay, well, man, we're gonna bring you back later on, man. We're gonna talk season previews, schedule predictions, and we'll get your thoughts on all 21st century South Carolina team, the best players that's played since 2000. That's covering a lot of ground, but that's right in our wheelhouse. All right.
Yep, sounds good.
Thanks for tuning in. We'll try to get Jeff back in and talk a little more South Carolina football. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. Go ahead and hit the like button, man, because that helps this YouTube algorithm, helps the channel grow, and that'll do me a favor and help me bring more content. So y'all stay tuned, man. Bring all the fanatics with you. Leave your shoes at the door and bring all your feelings because we don't care. We out.